as the morning sun washed over the crystal kingdom with soft gold. And Cinderella awoke feeling the last whisper left by the ancient tower still humming faintly in her heart. A warm echo of guidance that promised both challenge and hope. And as she sat up, brushing her hair gently, little Birdie fluttered to her window and chirped, "Cinderella, are you awake? Something strange is happening in the courtyard." And Cinderella blinked, slipped on her slippers, and hurried to the balcony where she found Prince Rowan in deep conversation with Sir Lumiere and the royal messenger, who looked unusually pale. And when Cinderella stepped closer she heard him say, "Your Majesties, the whispering veil has returned." And Rowan's eyes widened as he turned to Cinderella, murmuring, "But that veil hasn't appeared in centuries." And Cinderella whispered, "It's the magical mist that reveals hidden truths. But only when the kingdom is in danger." And just then the wind brushed against them like a cold fingertip, carrying with it a faint shimmer, like dust made of moonlight, and forming delicate spirals around the castle towers that slowly drifted downward like glowing feathers. And Cinderella felt a strange tug in her chest, the same pull she had felt during the Echo Lantern and Whispering Tower episodes. And she said softly, "Someone, or something, wants us to know a truth." And Prince Rowan nodded with gentle determination as he took her hand, saying, "Then we will face it together." And just as they were about to step into the courtyard, the shimmering mist thickened, and a soft voice whispered through the air, "Seek the keeper of the veil, before the truth becomes shadow." And Cinderella gasped, "Another keeper? We've met the keeper of lost echoes. But this is different." And Birdie chirped anxiously, "But how do we find this one?" And the mist swirled once more, forming the shape of an ancient door before dissolving again. And Cinderella whispered, "It showed us something." "A doorway." And Rowan replied, "Perhaps a clue to where the keeper resides." And with that the couple set off on a new journey. As they walked through the kingdom, the people looked up at the shimmering sky with worry, parents holding their children close, shopkeepers pausing mid-step, and elders murmuring tales of the last time the whispering veil appeared, a time whispered about only in legends. And Cinderella offered gentle reassurance to everyone, saying, "The veil reveals truth. It does not harm. Trust that the kingdom will remain safe." And though her voice was calm, her heart beat with a flutter of nervousness. Soon they reached the ancient garden, where silver leaves rustled even without wind and the oldest magic lived quietly beneath roots and stones. Cinderella knelt to touch a glowing petal, and immediately the petal warmed in her hand, whispering, "Truth sleeps in the silent meadow." And Rowan repeated, "Silent meadow. I've only heard of it in stories." And Sir Lumiere added, "It is a place no map shows, for it reveals itself only to the pure-hearted." And Cinderella looked at Rowan with a small smile. "Then it will reveal itself to us." They traveled deeper into the garden until the path disappeared, and only soft glowing flowers lit the ground. And suddenly the air thickened into gentle silence, no birds, no rustling, no breeze, and Cinderella whispered, "We found it. The silent meadow." And as they stepped inside, everything froze as if time had paused. The veil thinned and curled like silver smoke around them, and a figure appeared at the meadow's center, an old woman with shimmering hair that looked like woven mist. And she turned to them slowly, her eyes clear like moonlit water, saying, "I am Lizara, keeper of the whispering veil." And Rowan held Cinderella's hand tighter while Cinderella stepped forward, asking, "Keeper Lizara, why has the veil returned?" And Lizara's voice flowed like wind over glass as she answered, "Because a truth long hidden must now be seen. A truth about the kingdom. And about you, Cinderella." And Cinderella felt her breath catch. "About me?" And Lizara nodded gently. "You are tied to magic deeper than you know. Your kindness alone has awakened ancient forces again and again. But now the veil reveals that darkness is stirring beneath your light." And Rowan stepped forward protectively. "If there is danger, tell us so we may stop it." and the keeper's eyes softened with something like sorrow as she raised her hand, causing the veil to swell faster until it formed a window of shimmering fog, through which the faint outline of a girl appeared, a girl Cinderella had never seen before, sitting in a shadowed room with a lantern flickering beside her, and Cinderella whispered, "Who is she?" And Lizara answered, "She carries the other half of your forgotten truth." And Cinderella shook her head, unsure, while the girl in the vision lifted her head as though she felt someone watching her, her eyes deep, ancient, and sad. And Cinderella gasped because the girl's eyes, they looked strangely familiar. And she whispered, "Why does it feel like I know her?" And the keeper answered, "Because your destinies were divided long ago." And Rowan exclaimed, "Divided? What does that mean?" But before the keeper could speak again, the meadow trembled, the veil surged like a storm, and the vision shattered with a loud echo, leaving only swirling mist. And Lizara's expression hardened. Someone does not want the truth revealed yet. And Cinderella's heart pounded. But who? And why hide her from me? And Lizara answered, "Because if the two of you unite, a great magic will awaken." And before they could ask more, the veil tightened into a single silver thread and shot into Cinderella's chest like a spark of light, making her gasp and stumble into Rowan's arms. And Lizara whispered urgently, "The veil has chosen you? Find the girl, before shadows claim her." And the meadow shook again, forcing Cinderella and Rowan to retreat as the mist swirled violently, pushing them back until they were outside the silent meadow, the entrance fading behind them as if it had never existed. And Cinderella, catching her breath, whispered, "Rowan, who is she? Why is she connected to me? Why does the kingdom keep showing me these hidden stories?" And Rowan gently cupped her cheek. "We'll find her, Cinderella. Whatever truth has been hidden, we will uncover it together." But even as he spoke, Cinderella could still feel the silver thread glowing inside her, tugging softly toward a direction she did not yet understand, toward a girl who shared her fate, toward a truth that could change the kingdom forever.